Digital Alchemy at LiveWire Labs, transforming computer simulations into thrilling real-world experiences. That's what they're doing at LiveWire Labs. Now, every other motorcycle company, or certainly most others, what they do is they start with a computer model. So they use CAD programs and modeling programs, and they come up with a model of the motorcycle. And then what they do is they, over time, work very hard, and they transfer, or they transform it into a real motorcycle. So they start out with a model, and it's a static model, and they change it into a motorcycle. So that's the process. Now, LiveWire Labs is doing something different. We found that out from riding the bike and for reading the LinkedIn for Max Strader, or Vance Strader. So we know that they're doing something different, and this is what they're doing. They're actually simulating the motorcycle in motion. Now, this is not a real LiveWire 1. This is a complete simulation. It looks like a LiveWire 1, but it's really not. It's all, a piece of software inside a computer. This is not the real thing. And not only can it be looked at, sitting there as a model, but it can also be put into dynamic motion. So what LiveWire Labs is doing is they're actually running software that allows them to look at every rotating mass on the motorcycle, every piece of weight, every vibration, everything, wheelbases, tire compounds, everything, and they're able to model it so they know how the motorcycle is going to be prior to building it. They know how it's going to behave. They can debug it, they can get it going. Now, I talked about this in a previous video, but I believe this is how Harley-Davidson was able to, beat with the Pan America, was able to beat the BMW GS in its first iteration, because I think what they did is they modeled it thoroughly, and they probably had a model for the GS, and they were able to figure out in software how to make a better bike without having to build it, how to go through thousands of iterations and change different things. Now, there's also another thing going on, and that is, besides the actual modeling of the motion, there are video games out there that actually have modifications you can make to the bike as part of the game. So this is a game called Grand Theft Auto, and what's happening here is they actually had to buy the bike. The bike is over $1 million, and then they customize it in the video game. So you can see right here, if you look closely, it says, vented seats, air shocks, extended seats. Everything costs money, and you can change the bike in the video game. So not only are video games doing the same kind of modeling that LiveWire Labs is in terms of making the thing look, but they actually configure parts on the motorcycle. And in this case, he's modified his LiveWire 1. It's actually called, I think, the Western Power Sport or something is what they call this bike, so they don't use the LiveWire name. But what this guy is doing now is he's going to go out and he's going to steal cars and commit crimes and sell drugs and everything else. So this is what kids like doing. They enjoy this type of game. This is a very, very popular game, and it has a LiveWire in it. I don't think LiveWire had anything to do with it. They just kind of stole the design and put a different name on it. But my point is there's a lot of modeling and a lot of things going on with video games, and this needs to be integrated into what LiveWire is doing from a marketing standpoint. What I'm proposing in this video is targeting video gamers as potential market for electric motorcycles. It's a strategy that I believe will work for 10 different reasons. And the first reason is there's an overlap in demographics. Now, I said in a previous video that I thought the market for something like a Del Mar or an electric motorcycle was in the 18 to 34 age range. After talking to some people, they're feeling confident that it's a little bit older than that, maybe something like 25 to 45. But either way, video gamers are a key demographic. There are 117 million video gamers in the United States between 25 and 45. And it's a key demographic for motorcycles. because of the income level, the age, and the majority of gamers are male, which also aligns with the predominantly male motorcycle riders. The other thing too, in the course of the Del Mar, it's got a relatively high seat, so I think it's going to be not as appealing to women unless they come out with a lowering kit. Anyway, gamers also have an affinity for technology. They like technology and innovation. They have disposable income to spend on it. I guess that should have probably been 2.5 on my slides. But anyway, electric motorcycles being at the forefront of technological innovation in the power sports industry, it's likely to appeal to this audience. So the idea being that you can play the video game, and maybe someday if you want, you can actually ride the vehicle. So the number 3 reason is video gamers are experience seeking. So they like thrilling and immersive experience, which aligns with a rush and sense of freedom that riding a motorcycle provides. Electric motorcycles, with their instant torque and acceleration, offer an exhilarating riding experience. Also, number 4, the virtual to real-world transition. Gamers are accustomed to riding motorcycles in the virtual world of video games. The concept of a digital alchemy, or the transitioning from the virtual to the real world, can be a powerful marketing message as it allows gamers to live out their in-game experiences. In other words, they do it in the game, now they can do it in real life. Also, brand engagement. Now, I was trying to find a slide for this, or a picture for this slide, and I found out that a lot of these video games, they bastardize the logo, probably because they didn't want to pay for it. But anyway, the idea being that integrating electric motorcycles into popular video games can create a strong brand engagement. Gamers who get to experience the motorcycles virtually may develop a preference or loyalty towards the brand. Number 6, eco-consciousness. The gaming community is increasingly becoming aware of environmental issues. Electric motorcycles are eco-friendly. They can appeal to the environmentally conscious segment within the gaming community. Number 7, influence and community. Gamers have strong online communities with large followings. It amazes me, but they even go to big stadiums and they have guys with screens in the front and they're like sitting at a desk with a screen in the front playing video games in front of a crowd, and everybody goes crazy. I think they call it esports, is one of the companies that does it. But anyway, tapping into these networks can help in spreading the word and creating a buzz around motorcycles. Customization, Number 8, customization and personalization. Gamers are accustomed to customizing avatars in vehicles and games. Electric motorcycles often come with the options for customization, which can be an attractive feature of the game. Can you imagine configuring a Del Mar in Grand Theft Auto and pushing a button and placing an order for the same machine with the same accessories and colors? That would just be nuts. But anyway, alternative reality marketing. Using augmented reality or virtual reality in conjunction with gaming can provide gamers with a near real experience of the motorcycle, which can be a unique and selling proposition. Now, I didn't think that headsets like this were going to be a big deal, but with what Apple's done this last week, I think we're going to see more and more of this type of thing and more opportunities to have people have immersive experiences. And then lastly, a global reach. The gaming community is global. It's bigger than the movie and music industry. It's a giant industry, and targeting gamers can provide access to international markets without the constraints of geographical boundaries. You just play the game, you do it. So the whole premise of the video, and the point I want to get across, is that targeting video gamers could be a highly effective strategy to sell electric motorcycles due to the overlap in demographics, the affinity for technology, the experience-seeking behavior, and the global reach of the gaming community. And I forgot to put in there that a lot of these gamers have disposable income because these gaming machines are not cheap. Lastly, this is the kind of the back area of the LiveWire experience in Malibu. And you can see they've got, I don't know if you call those benches or couches or whatever, but there's a section in the back where they show LiveWire videos. Wouldn't it be nice if people could go back to that screen and experience some kind of simulation of what it would be like to ride a LiveWire motorcycle. Many of the people that come in here do not have a motorcycle license. So what you can do is, if you have a license, you take a real LiveWire for a ride, and if you don't have a license, you can sit in the back and do a simulation. But either way, I think it would help develop the market. Now, I did a video called The Honda Moment, which talked a lot about social media. I think LiveWire could, radically improve their social media presence. I think LiveWire could do video games and radically do that in a very big way. And I think these are all things that would help promote the brand and sell electric motorcycles. But anyway, it's getting very late at night. I'm not going to do a video for probably a week or two just because I have to get some sleep at night. But I wanted to wish all the fathers out there a happy Father's Day, and have a great evening.